1. We have ignition and we have liftoff.
In 1977, NASA discovered something unimaginable. Far beyond Earth, the giant planets were lining up. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. A perfect alignment that happens only once in more than 100 years. To most people on Earth, it meant nothing. But for scientists, it was a doorway through the solar system, because this alignment made something incredible possible. A spacecraft could travel from one planet to another using gravity alone, not by carrying endless fuel, not by powerful engines, but by using the gravity of giant planets like a cosmic slingshot. When a spacecraft flies close to a planet, the planet pulls it inward, then throws it forward at even greater speed. A gravitational assist, a way to cross billions of kilometers using the motion of planets themselves. Without this alignment, this mission would have taken far longer, maybe impossible. And if humanity missed the chance, the next opportunity would not come again for generations. So NASA moved quickly. 2 spacecraft were built, not for years but for forever. Voyager 2 launched first, August 20, 1977. Then 16 days later, Voyager 1 launched on September 5, 1977. Even though Voyager 1 was launched later, it was placed on a faster path, because it needed to reach Jupiter and Saturn sooner. Both spacecraft carried something extraordinary, a golden record, a message from Earth, sounds of rain, wind, music, greetings in 55 languages, and images of human life, a message meant for anyone or anything that might one day find them, so that they could know that we were here, and then they left Earth forever. After leaving Earth in 1977, both Voyagers traveled through deep space for nearly 2 years, crossing millions of kilometers of darkness, passing the asteroid belt, moving faster and further than any spacecraft before them. And then Jupiter appeared. Voyager 1 reached Jupiter in March 1979, about 18 months after launch. Voyager 2 arrived a few months later in July 1979. Jupiter was unlike anything humanity had ever seen. A giant world of endless storms. Lightning flashed across its clouds. Winds screamed through its atmosphere. And the Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth, raged endlessly in silence. But the biggest surprise was its moons. Lo, exploded with volcanoes. Fire and lava blasted hundreds of kilometers into space. It became the first world other than Earth where active volcanoes were ever seen. A moon constantly torn apart by Jupiter's immense gravity. Then came Europa. It hid an ocean beneath thick ice, a frozen world covering a massive liquid ocean below the surface. Scientists believed that somewhere under that ice, conditions for life might exist. Ganymede looked scarce and ancient, but it was also the largest moon in the solar system, even bigger than the planet Mercury. A giant world with mountains, valleys, and signs of an ancient magnetic field. And then it came Callisto seemed frozen in time, covered in craters from billions of years ago, almost untouched since the birth of the solar system itself, like a preserved memory of the early universe. Jupiter felt less like one planet and more like a small solar system of its own. Then gravity took hold. Jupiter's immense pull accelerated both spacecraft and hurled them deeper into space, towards Saturn. More than a year later, Saturn appeared. Voyager 1 reached Saturn in November 1980, over 3 years after its launch. Its rings looked unreal. Billions of pieces of ice and rock moving together in perfect silence. Then came Titan, a giant moon hidden beneath thick orange clouds. Scientists believed Titan might be similar to early Earth, a world filled with strange chemistry that could reveal how life begins. And here, NASA faced a choice: continue Voyager 1 toward Uranus and Neptune, or send it close to Titan. They chose Titan because Titan was too important to ignore. Voyager 1 flew close to the mysterious moon and discovered a thick atmosphere rich with methane and complex chemicals. But the close flyby changed everything. Saturn's gravity bent Voyager 1 path upward. Out of the flat plane of the planets, and just like that, Voyager 1 could no longer continue towards Uranus and Neptune. Its journey through the planets had ended. Now it was heading toward interstellar space, toward the stars. Meanwhile, Voyager 2 stayed on the original path. It did not go close to Titan because someone had to continue further into the unknown. Voyager 2 reached Saturn in August 1981. Then Saturn's gravity pushed it onward toward planets no spacecraft had ever visited before. Years later, in January 1986, Voyager 2 reached Uranus, a strange blue-green world rotating sideways through space, cold, quite distant. Then 3 years later, in August 1989, Voyager 2 reached Neptune, the final giant planet. Dark storms moved through its deep blue atmosphere. Powerful winds screamed across the planet, faster than any on Earth. And after Neptune, there were no more planets left, only darkness ahead. Meanwhile, Voyager 1 was already racing away from the solar system. In 1990, NASA gave it final one command: turn around, look back from billions of kilometers away. Voyager 1 photographed Earth for the last time. But Earth was no longer a world. It was only a tiny pale blue dot floating in a beam of sunlight. A single pixel in endless darkness. Everything humanity has ever known, every person, every war, everything, inside that tiny point of light. After taking that picture, Voyager 1 shut down its cameras forever. There was nothing left behind to see, only forward. The years passed, then decades. The Voyagers kept traveling further and further from the Sun. Finally, in 2012, Voyager 1 became the first human-made object to enter interstellar space, the space between stars. Then in 2018, Voyager 2 also crossed the boundary as well. Both spacecraft had left the Sun's protective bubble behind. Now they drift through the darkness between stars, still moving, still carrying Earth's message into the unknown. And maybe one day, far in the future, another civilization may find them. An alien species drifting through the galaxy, discovering a small golden record made by a world they have never seen. Listening to the sounds of rain, the music, the voices, and learning that once, far away in the darkness, humanity existed.